Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock, doesn't always look this good. How much effort does Dwayne Johnson have to put into his workout and diet while making blockbuster after blockbuster, raising children, and keeping a happy marriage? The reply is a big one. Where else does he find the time too? Dwayne Johnson makes it all seem really manageable, from early morning wake-up calls to a particular diet and some intense workout time. Apart from the rigorous gym regiment and particular diets, Dwayne Johnson's life as The Rock is fairly awesome. And let us tell you, he certainly knows how to enjoy the money he has worked so hard to achieve. This is how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson does it all, from his own mobile gym to his cars and houses. The Rock's beginnings in the entertainment industry in the ring are fairly well known. He earned the moniker The Rock from this point on. But how exactly did one of the all-time best wrestlers become one of the highest grossing and highest paid actors in the world? Talk about a perfectionist, don't you think? His popularity in wrestling, as with other sports stars, led to a minor introductory one-off acting job. It turned out he was really skilled at it, and soon The Rock began focusing exclusively on his acting profession. His debut on-screen appearance took place in That 70s Show in 1999. Yes, he was equally clueless. In a That Wrestling Show episode, he played his own father. He next made an appearance almost a year later in the Star Trek Voyager episode, Sun Cats, as an extraterrestrial wrestler who competed against well-known character Seven of Nine. The Rock also appeared in a number of high-profile films towards the end of 2004, including The Mummy Returns, Scorpion King, and Walking Tall. He has at least 56 films to his credit as of right now, so it's not shocking that he has a huge net worth of $350 million US. But rest assured, he has worked tremendously hard and still does to earn his millions. He just so happens to make it seem so simple. Does that imply he doesn't have any spare time? Oh no, we'll explain you in detail later on how he spends his millions. He may seem grounded, and we're not suggesting he isn't, but he doesn't exactly keep his spending in check. Let's first examine what a regular day in The Rock's life looks like. It takes a lot of work to maintain a body the size of 3 average men, as you can surely guess. The Rock was 6 feet 4 and 260 pounds at the time of the previous estimate, so 3 men in 1 body is true. The Rock enjoys getting a head start on the day, and by head start, we mean 3:30 a.m. He must also go to bed at a decent hour, right? Perhaps not. He starts his day with a short aerobic activity, frequently a run, because he prefers to work out early in the morning. He will either exercise outside or at home on an elliptical machine while drinking coffee and reading the news. What appears to multitask as well, except when he knows he will be busy all day. The Rock loves to keep his morning workout nice and light. Then he takes it a step further by substituting weightlifting for exercise in the morning. We suppose it makes sense. It's time for his first breakfast of the day following his first workout of the day. Yeah, we said first. The Rock normally strives to consume 3,000 calories or more per day, which is around 1,000 calories more than the daily caloric need of the ordinary individual. Over the course of the day, he spreads them out over around 7 meals. Speculate about his breakfast meal. Please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons before we continue. What does he have for breakfast then? 12 eggs. We assume he occasionally consumes some along with his steak. Yes, The Rock usually fills up on foods like chicken, broccoli, rice, halibut, baked potatoes, asparagus, onions, mushrooms, and leafy vegetables. He also frequently starts his day off with a nice juicy steak and breakfast. Vegetables in plenty. Depending on his training objectives, he may occasionally add a casein protein shake in his diet plan, even though he wants to stick to natural proteins wherever possible. Of course, he doesn't always maintain a healthy diet, but we'll get to that in a moment. Due to his obligations to his job and family, his afternoons tend to be a little busy, but most days he is still able to squeeze in his second workout of the day. Just making it through 3 a week is a problem. Now that you mention it, you can see why he gets up so early. Additionally, we assume that working out is part of the game when your name is The Rock. He'll work out for 2 to 3 hours in the afternoons, and when he's on site, he just brings his portable gym, nicknamed Iron Paradise, with him. Most of the time, his evenings are a little more laid back. When he doesn't have work obligations, he will spend his nights with his family resting or working on administrative tasks. He usually doesn't go to bed until after 11 p.m., so he only gets a few hours of sleep each night. About 4 hours on average. Unless he has a cheat day, of course, when he turns into jelly, the man truly is The Rock. He could be a legend, but he is still just a person. The Rock enjoys telling his Instagram followers about the days when he cheated on his diet. Burgers and fries, ice cream and pancakes are all common items on cheat day meals. Some of his inexpensive dinners include 5,000 to 6,000 calories or more. Yikes! We suppose it only makes sense to play hard when you work hard. In relation to that, The Rock knows how to pamper himself to pricey purchases. The Iron Paradise wants to travel in luxury, so fancy automobiles and a private jet are in order. More than a couple huge residences and several extremely expensive watches, we surmise. Start with this remarkable assortment of automobiles. Overall, The Rock still maintains a humble persona, and he has a number of possessions that fit that description. Like his 1971 Chevrolet Chevelle, which is estimated to be worth $73,000 USD. His Ford F-150, which is only listed at $56,000, and his Plymouth Prowler, which is priced at $39,000. His collection, however, is far from modest, including a jaw-dropping $2.6 million USD Pagani Huayra and a $1.4 million USD Ferrari LaFerrari. It has a 5.9-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine and can reach a top speed of 238 miles per hour. I think I've talked enough. His own jet, meanwhile, was as stunning. Why not treat yourself to a top-of-the-line Gulfstream G650 if your films typically gross approximately $200 million? The likes of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk also possess similar aircraft, making this particular jet the best of the best. Although we can't determine with certainty how much The Rock spent on his jet, they typically cost at least $65 million US. He also possesses a very remarkable portfolio of real estate, including his Beverly Hills mansion, which he only recently bought. The 6-bedroom, 12-bathroom house reportedly cost him $27.8 million USD. The estate is regarded as the largest home in the affluent Beverly Park neighborhood, and even has famous residents as neighbors, including Sylvester Stallone, Denzel Washington, and Eddie Murphy. The house, if we can call it that, is situated on roughly 3.67 acres of ground and has a number of gates for simple entry and exit. It covers a sizable 17,630 square feet and has every convenience imaginable. A tennis court, a sun-drenched pool and spa, an indoor pool, a big gym, a music room with a recording studio. Yep, that's another skill The Rock has. A theater and a lift are all obviously included in the amenities. We're beginning to see why it costs such a high price. What about his collection of watches? It is roughly as flamboyant as a smile. Rolex watches are greatly favored by The Rock. He paid $35,000 US for his very first Rolex, which was expensive, but not the most expensive piece in his collection. He has also acquired a Rolex Sea Dweller, a Panerai Luminor, an IWC Schufelnhausen Big Pilot Heritage, and a Breitling Transocean Chronograph Unitime, among other timepieces over the years. The man must ensure that he arrives at his destination in due time, despite his busy schedule. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson makes it all seem effortless, whether he is getting up before the sun comes up, making us swoon over his candid family photos, or making us drool over his cheat meals. However, we suppose it's a little simpler to get by if you have $350 million in US dollars to your name.